Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another figure unboxing video, and while we're waiting for the 6th anniversary Ichiban Kuji to eventually make it over here to the States, I thought it was finally time to take a look at some of the figures from last year's Dokkan Battle Ichiban Kuji line. I actually wasn't the biggest fan of this line. I thought that the figures looked kind of mediocre. Some of them were really good, like the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Funny enough, I have too many of him already, so I don't know if I'll get him, even though I think he may be the best. UI Omen Goku, kind of stinky, bro. But we're going to take a look at a couple of these guys coming up, because I did actually get them on sale on Amazon. There was some deals, which, by the way, if you follow my other Twitter account that I occasionally post on, DB Figure Deals, you can find out when those are as well. Free promo. Thank you, bro. But today, I figured in honor of the 6th anniversary being upon us, we would take a look at the beautiful question mark Blue Evolution Vegeta. Now, as you can probably see, let me just yeah. This guy's face is a little bit wonky. So, obviously, like I said, I did get this guy on sale. I don't remember the exact price. It would have been up on the screen on Amazon already. I think it was like 25 bucks or something. And these Ichiban Kuji figures are usually like 35 bucks, so it was actually a pretty good price for it. And honestly, the only reason why I got it in the first place, because I probably wouldn't have picked it up if it wasn't on sale, because not really the biggest fan of it. But this particular Vegeta, I could not pass up a face like that. But obviously, in terms of what this figure is based on, you can see that on the back of the box, we do have the Dokkan Metal card for Vegeta. And weirdly enough, they didn't like pick Blue Evo, and they picked Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I don't know. Kind of a weird decision in my opinion, but whatever. They also didn't make a figure of this particular pose either, so I don't know. At least not technically a Dokkan Battle one anyway. Let's go ahead and crack into this guy, though. I am excited to see how the actual figure is, because I don't think I've seen too many images of this guy, and I think that he is probably one of the weaker links in this line. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is probably the best looking one. I do want to collect every Dokkan Battle figure at some point, just as kind of like a collection thing. So eventually I'm going to have to take a look at that stinky UI Omen Goku, but hopefully I'll pick him up when he's on sale again. Now, let's go ahead and crack into him. I will say, oh, that was a horrible sound. I understand that the, I'm sorry if the camera didn't focus for that, by the way. Literally, the camera hated that sound too, bro. That's crazy. And I'm bumping it now. Hello? Hello, are we alive in here? Sorry about that. My camera literally had a heart attack from the awful noise that we just heard on the screen. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this bad boy open. Ooh, that is a little bit of an accordion there, but hopefully that doesn't mean ill for the figure. Oh, that is even worse than the box somehow. Oh, no. Okay. Let's check that to the side for now. This doesn't even look funny. This just looks bad. No! Vegeta! Oh, actually, okay, maybe that is a little bit funny. So I will say the cool thing with this figure, and actually this Dokkan Battle line, that is one thing that I really like about it, is that they did actually give them clear bases, which, you know, is just kind of cooler looking than just a simple black one, and also just makes the figure look a little bit more professional and frankly, like, not more expensive, but a little bit more high quality. It's just also a lot more appealing on the shelf to see this than a bunch of like black bases cluttering the space. By the way, that just does say Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle there. Obviously, Bandai Namco Entertainment Toto. Grande sponsor no teikyu de okurishizo. Sorry. Just kind of came out a little bit there. We have our 2 stand pieces, which is nice to see that they did give us 2. Oh, that one's not coming out, though. Oh, because I'm trying to put it through, like, 2 bag holes instead of 1. There we go. And now let's get the big man out himself. Oh, boy. This is not looking good so far. This is part of the reason why I haven't taken a look at this line until now, because, well, oh, that is pretty bad. Alright. Let's get the plastic off my man, and let's actually get a close-up look at him. Ooh. Yikes. That is a Wish.com Vegeta if I have ever seen one. That is pretty bad. I will say his armor looks pretty good, though. I mean, there is a little bit of a scuff right there, but I do like the shading on overall. The blue color that they picked for his armor is also very nice as well. This is not two pieces, right? That Bandai's not just tricking me here? Okay. The Super Saiyan Blue hair looks, excuse me, pretty okay. Kind of average, if you ask me, actually. It's just sort of like standard figure hair. And the face, yeah. I don't really know what to say about it. It's a face. Let's take a look at this compared to the box, actually. How does the final product fare? This one, I'm so confused, or I'm so conflicted on this, because, like, this one, right, we'll get him in the little ring light. This one, right, kind of looks more like a, well, they both focus, there we go. This one looks more like an old man, whereas, like, the figure just looks deformed. The skin tone is definitely a little bit different as well, though that could just be the lighting. And it looks like there's more shading on the face, but again, that's just kind of lighting trickery from Bandai. I don't know, his jaw also looks a lot more like squared off in the actual box, but the figure itself, I mean, I can definitely still see a little bit of a square jaw there, but it's definitely not the same for sure. The smirk is also a little bit more like, I don't know, maybe they're looking at it at like this angle. That looks a little bit closer, if anything, because the smile is a lot smaller on that one than it is on this one for sure. Very interesting. I don't know how they made that worse, but they literally did. That is kind of a yikes, I'm not gonna lie. At least from a side angle, it doesn't look like too bad. You know, like from there, it's not the worst. Like, that looks okay, you know what I mean? That looks, not as good. Let's go ahead and plug them into the stand, though. I don't actually know how this is supposed to fit into the stand. Let me see. This is, oh, thankfully, actually, they know for rock-banging troglodytes like me, they have this figured out because they have a little perforation in there where that one slides in there, and then this one also has a little bit of a T-pose type of meme at the bottom there, and then that one just slides in right there. Okay, so it still doesn't make sense, though. How does this fit on the figure? Oh. Oh. Okay. Wait, is that the angle it's supposed... What is the angle? Wait, hold on. It's supposed to be on his knee, right? And then this... What? Okay, maybe it goes on his... Does it hold his body? Oh, I didn't even plug it in, but that kind of works, I guess. Huh, now he's like more up. Look at him looking up like that. He's like, yeah, I know I'm stinky. Okay, I guess it just goes in like that then. That really doesn't make any sense, though, that it would just sit on the stand like this. This doesn't look like... Okay, no, that's okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. It is just a very loose fit. Like, usually the hole is a little bit more sculpted to the figure, but you can see that there's a little bit of, like, edging that's kind of peeking out there. Definitely not the best, but I guess the stand works okay. It definitely looks like it is, like, attempted to be sculpted so that it holds him up that way, but... It kind of, like, just doesn't work that well, I guess. This figure is a disaster, bro. I cannot believe that they screwed up my mans this bad. Also, I mean, I guess if you can get, like, the blue Evo figure that maybe has the pose of what the background one looks like, this would look okay, but I think on its own, it's just like a standard figure. It's, oh wait, that doesn't actually show it. Well, the front of the box doesn't show it either, so I can't even, like, do the thing I wanted to do. I don't know. I personally wouldn't recommend getting this figure. I mean, it is definitely not the worst figure that I've ever seen in terms of the face, but it is definitely like a Wish.com type of face. That was a great comment that I saw when I was looking at some other figure videos today. That is a perfect way to describe the face of this Vegeta. Like, honestly, here it doesn't look too bad. Or rather, here, sorry, it doesn't look too bad. It just looks like he's smirking. But then we get Old Man Vegeta. I don't know how I don't know how I feel about this figure. I'm not too sure. Definitely doesn't scale well overall, though. I mean, like, in terms of how much I like it. I don't mean, like, actual scale. But, speaking of scale, segues, let's go ahead and compare him to our two usual figures. We, of course, have our Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks here, and we have our Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Obviously, he towers over Goku. Of course, Gotenks, as per usual, wins out with the hair sculpt here. And I did have a comment in one of my videos asking me to do this, so I'm going to do this from now on. We do have a ruler coming in, and he looks to be about 8 inches-ish. Yeah, that looks about right. Obviously, with it's probably a little bit shorter than 8 inches, actually, because it is also the angle of the camera a little bit, but he's kind of around 8, like maybe more like 7 3/4. Obviously, he does have a lot of height from the stand, so from top to bottom here, he's more like 4 inches-ish. Obviously, he is also a little bit more of a longer figure, too, so, I mean, if you want to measure that, that looks like about 7-ish, but regardless, he's basically 8 inches tall with the actual stand. Again, I do like this black stand, rather. I like the clear stand, sorry. These stands are a little bit better because they're, like, a little bit translucent, right? And they're, like, a little bit more looking not like cheap trash. But, speaking of which, let's take a look at a figure that does have a pretty stinky base. But, oh, actually, no, I forgot. This guy doesn't have a stinky base. Never mind. He looks pretty good. The figure itself, though, is absolutely fantastic. We are taking a look, of course, at the FES MUI Goku. I have brought this guy out because I honestly decided that I want to keep him. Originally, I was going to get rid of him, but I think I like him. So, these two together do look pretty cool. Obviously, this would be a little bit cooler if it was Blue Evo, and I guess this may be being a Blue Goku. Nonetheless, though, these guys do scale fairly well, actually. I think they are, like, around Goku and Vegeta's height, I think. This does look like semi-accurate to me in terms of how tall the two actually are compared to each other. My camera's not liking all the moving that I'm doing here. All the schmooving that I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, these guys are pretty cool together. This could definitely be an interesting Tournament of Power setup. Let's also grab, just because obviously Vegeta got his butt beat by him, and unfortunately we don't have one of him in the official Triad Trooper outfit, but of course we got to bring out the Rasuden Jiren. Give him a little bot there, buddy. Yeah, these guys you could definitely get an interesting display too. You know, when he's charging forward and he's like, "Oh, Jiren, I'm about to punch ya, akapow." Definitely something that you could do with these two as well. Obviously, Jiren is not scaled well to Vegeta here, though, of course, because Jiren is an absolute behemoth compared to Vegeta. Let me also grab one more figure. I actually just realized that I don't really have any Super Saiyan Blue Goku figures that would fit with this man, unfortunately. All the ones that I have are either a lot bigger or have a Vegeta to pair, but since we are taking a look at a Dokkan Battle figure here, this ain't an Ichiban Kuji figure, but this is one of my favorite Dokkan Battle figures that they ever made. I figured I would just chuck in the boy Gogeta. Why not? I think it is also kind of funny, considering that this guy was only 20 bucks, and technically this guy's 35, even though I obviously got him on sale. But, yeah, you can kind of see the difference in the sculpt. Also interesting that this one is like the more, I guess, cyan kind of blue, and this one is the more, like, blue? There's obviously a lot more shading details, so you can see it's a little bit darker, and then it goes up, whereas this is just kind of one matte color. It's always so funny to me that Ichiban Kuji figures are supposed to be higher quality, hence why they cost more, and they always tend to fall flat in literally every department compared to a lot of the prize figures that we have. Of course, some prize figures don't fare as well, but hey, it is what it is, I suppose. Anyway, though, that is going to do it for today's video. Do I recommend you getting this figure? I don't really know. It's not the worst Vegeta. Obviously, if you want to collect Dokkan Battle figures, it is definitely not a bad pickup. If you did have him in a setup where you weren't looking directly at his face, then I suppose it could be fine. Like if you had him facing backwards trying to fight another character, right, it wouldn't be so bad. Or even if you had that nice side angle, right, definitely not a bad look. But once you... yeah. If you do want to pick this guy up, though, I will leave some links in the description below to do so. And if he's not overpriced on Amazon, he could still be on sale, actually. Of course, I'll leave some links in the description for that too. And oh, I'm losing my voice. If you do pick them up for my link, though, I do get a little bit of a cut with no extra cost to you. And as well, if you would like to support my figure collecting endeavors, you can do so on Patreon. Help me unbox some more figures, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. Really, really appreciate ya. I will catch you in the next one. Token Assets out. Peace.